A nearly empty bar tucked into a back alley of the city, all moody lighting and dark wood. The kind of place where secrets are safer than names. The door creaks open. Reese walks in. Sharp heels, sharper suit. She looks like she could own the building, but her jaw is too tight. Her eyes flicker too fast. She's unraveling just beneath the surface. She walks to the bar, doesn't sit, doesn't speak. Behind the counter, Sam is waiting, wiping down glasses, wearing a black button up with sleeves rolled high and an expression carved out of calm. She sees it instantly, the storm in Reese's breath, the falter in her fingers as she taps her phone, pretending not to tremble. "You all right?" Sam says, voice low, steady. Reese flinches, like the question itself is too much. "Fine," she says, "just needed air." But her knees betrayed her, and she drops onto the bar stool like the weight of her own body is suddenly too much. Her breathing shortens, her shoulder rises, locked. Her chest stutters. A hand clenches against the polished wood. Panic, silent, vicious. Sam moves, slow, sure. She leans over the bar, voice soft but firm. "You're not okay, and that's all right. No judgment, just fact, just presence." Reese's lips part like she wants to argue, but her breath hiccups instead. Her hands start to shake. Sam rounds the bar. Her boots are quiet and deliberate. "Come on," she says. "Let's get you off the floor before the world tilts sideways." She gently reaches for Reese's elbows, pauses, waits. Reese nods, barely, and lets herself be guided. Sam leads her through a side door into a back room. The lights are lower here. There's a worn leather couch, a record player humming something low in the corner, and the faint scent of lavender and whiskey. Reese sits onto the couch. She curls her arm around her like armor. Sam crouches in front of her, not touching, just there. "Okay," she murmurs. "Let's try something. Just copy me, all right? Inhale. Exhale. There you go. Again. Slower." Reese tries, chokes a little, tries again. Minutes pass like lifetimes, and then her body begins to uncoil. Her hands still tremble, but the edge dulls. "This happens sometimes," Reese whispers, like confessing a sin, "but never like this. Not in public." Sam doesn't react. She doesn't coddle. "It used to happen to me. Still does once in a blue moon. But I've learned a few things." She puts a small card from the back of her pocket. Just her name, Sam, and a number. Nothing more. She holds it out. "If this ever happens again, and I mean ever, you call me. No pressure. Just someone who gets it." Reese takes it like it might burn her. Her eyes finally meet Sam's. "Why are you being kind to me?" Sam's lips twitch into something like a smile. Not warm, not cold, just real. "Because I've seen that look before, and no one should have to survive it alone." A pause. "Also, you're too damn beautiful to cry in fluorescent lighting." That draws the smallest, weakest smile from Reese, like a crack in a wall that's held on for too long. She presses the card between her fingers like it's a lifeline. Thank you. Sam stands slowly, eyes lingering on her like she's committing her to her memory. You don't have to thank me. Just breathe. And then she's gone, back through the door, the low hum of the bar swallowing her silhouette. Reese sits alone in the soft dark with the card in her hand and something entirely new blooming in her chest. Not relief, hope. Sam's behind the bar, measured, unbothered, dressed in black again. Her sleeves rolled up to her elbows, veins dancing just beneath her smooth skin. She moves like she's heard every secret in the world and still chooses silence. She looks up, and there she is. Reese. Same heels, same suit, different energy, controlled, poised. But her eyes scan the room like it might collapse again. She sits at the bar this time, not at the back, not hidden. She doesn't order. She just waits. Sam walks over with a glass of still water and sets it down in front of her. Didn't know you'd come back. Reese's smile is taunt. Neither did I. Sam watches her. She doesn't press, just wipes the counter, slow and smooth. You look steady tonight. Don't be fooled, Reese says. I just got better at pretending. Sam smirks, but there's no humor in it, only recognition. We all do, until the pretending cracks. A beat. Reese slips the water. Her hands don't shake this time, but her foot taps beneath the bar, rhythmic and impatient. You meant it, didn't you? She asked. That I could call you? I still mean it, Sam says, meeting her gaze. I don't say things to sound nice. I say them because they're true. Reese looks at her, long and quiet. Her mouth opens, then closes, then opens again. What were yours like? She asked. Your panic attacks. Sam's lips pressed together, not tightly, just thoughtfully. Loud inside, like the air was leaving my body and shame was taking its place. Reese nods once, like that hit too close to home. I hate that feeling. You weren't weak last week, Sam says, voice slow. You were honest. That's scarier than most people ever dare to be. That silence is Reese. A long pause. She exhales. I keep thinking about that night. About you. Sam doesn't react, but her eyes darken just a touch. Yeah? Yeah, Reese says. I don't let people see me like that. Not ever. And yet, here you are, Sam says. Reese looks away, then back. There's something about you. Maybe it's the whiskey, Sam says. Reese lets out a laugh, a real one this time. Quick, sharp, surprised. The tension breaks, and then reforms again, thicker now, more intentional. Sam leans in, voice velvet soft. If you're going to keep showing up like this, I should warn you, slow's the only speed I go. I don't chase, I don't pressure, but I see things. I see you. And once I start, I don't look away. Reese swallows hard. Her breath stutters. I don't know if I want to be seen or just touched. Sam's smile is lazy and lethal. With me, you don't get one without the other. They stare. A moment blooms, tense, electric, and unspoken. Then Sam moves away, back to the other end of the bar. Reese watches her go, heart pounding. In front of her, Sam's card still rests on the bar. Reese slides it closer, runs her finger over the number again. That night, she doesn't call, but she dreams of hands and silence and someone who doesn't flinch when she breaks. 2 weeks later, late October, wind cuts through the city. The bar is dimmer than usual, candles lit along the bookshelf, old records humming low, the kind of night that feels heavy before it begins. Sam is pouring bourbon when her phone buzzes once. Unknown number. A single text. I'm outside. I don't know why I came. She knows the number. She feels the words. She sets the glass down. Outside, Reese is leaning against a brick wall beside the bar entrance. Her suit jacket is soaked through. No umbrella. Her eyes are rimmed with red, not from rain, but from crying, or not crying enough. Sam opens the door, says nothing. Reese looks up, and for the first time, her voice cracks the surface. It's the day. Sam doesn't ask what day. She doesn't need to. She steps aside and lets Reese in, locks the door behind her. They don't speak as Sam leads her to the back again, past the bar, past the regular lights, unto the velvet quiet of the side room. There's a couch, soft blankets, a lamp with a golden glow. Reese collapses onto it like she's finally allowed to. I didn't want to come here, she says. I didn't want you to see me like this again. Sam kneels beside her, takes her hand, not to hold, but to anchor. Then don't say anything, Sam murmurs. Just be here, that's all. Reese's breath hitches, her lips part, and she shatters. The tears come all at once, violent and silent. Her whole body folds in, but Sam stays, doesn't touch too much, doesn't ask. She just grounds. Is it okay if I touch you, she asks. Reese nods, and Sam shifts into the couch, pulling Reese against her chest, one hand in her hair, the other on her thigh. Warmth everywhere. You don't have to tell me what happened, Sam whispers. You never have to say a word, but I want you to know this. Whatever it is, whatever you're holding, it didn't ruin you. You're still here. You're still fine. Reese lets out a strangled sob against Sam's collar. Time passes. Rain taps against the windows like a heartbeat. Slow, constant, soothing. And then, when her voice can return, it happened 4 years ago, Reese says. October the 28th. I survived. I didn't know how. Sam kissed her hair just once. You don't have to explain survival. Just live in it with me if you want. Reese pulls back, eyes wet but clear. Why are you like this? Like what? Kind, safe, sexy as hell. Sam smirks. Occupational hazard. They laugh. It's soft, shaky. The kind of laughter that's half exhaustion and half relief. Then Reese leans in. The kiss isn't desperate, it's reverent. It starts tentative, their mouths barely brushing. But when Sam cups the sides of Reese's neck, fingers warm, thumb at her jaw, the kiss deepens. There's need in it, But more than that, there's trust. Reese pulls back first, barely. You don't even know what I've been through, she says. I don't have to, Sam replies. I know who you are in the after, and that's who I'm falling for. Reese's eyes flutter. Her mouth opens like she wants to argue, but there's nothing left to deny. I'm tired of pretending I don't feel this, she whispers. Then stop, Sam says. Let me have it. Slow, honest, yours. Reese lays her head on Sam's chest. They don't speak again that night, but when Reese falls asleep, arms wrapped around Sam like she's the only stable thing in the world, it's the first time she slept through October the 28th since the day it broke her. And Sam just holds her, tracing slow circles into her back, whispering against her hair, "You're safe. I'm not going anywhere."